Welcome back. We have one guest, and my feet are soaked.
There's two. You want to sing us a song?
La 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 la.
Thank you. That was
Beautiful.
so nice. So our one guest just asked themselves to sing, and then they sang to themselves. What do you mean by one guest?
There's only one person sitting over there.
I was so confused.
Me too.
I deserve to.
Got it.
Do you get it, Logan?
Yep.
Okay.
Who are you talking to? Are you hallucinating?
Is there a way that you can green screen him out? He also kind of blends into our old couch.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's Nana's old couch also, so. It's
What?
nice though.
I said adorable.
Thank you.
I was talking about the couch.
Oh.
Tough. Well, yes. Welcome back, everybody. We have two guests with us, contrary to what your eyes may be telling you. We have Logan Bowling, who is a longtime friend of, well, I wouldn't say longtime. I wouldn't say friend. He's somebody I've known for a while. We grew up in youth group together, kinda, and we also have his girlfriend here, Avonlea. I don't know your last name, unless you don't want to say it. Avonlea Freeman, his girlfriend, who he has brought along with him today. Logan reached out about a week or so ago and was like, I really want to be on, like, this. This is my favorite podcast. I can't stop listening to you guys. I just fangirl every time you guys put out a new, he asked to be on, and so we were like, absolutely, come on up.
There's
come
like
on.
10 podcasts I
In
listen
here.
to a lot. It's probably
Wow.
like 12.
Dang.
Kicked off.
He listened to one episode, actually, and said, this is the one that I want to be on. But no, we're really glad to have you guys here.
Thank you.
It's in
Thank you.
yes, of course, in place of Janae and Damon, who are both every other weekers at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But
Avonlea, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Fairmont, West Virginia.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads.
Sorta.
wow.
Oh, no reaction.
Oh,
I figured I would have got a reaction from her because, technically the song isn't about the state of West Virginia. It's about the western part of Virginia because they talk about the Shenandoah River and the Blue Ridge Mountains because, there's it's like the Hatfield and McCoys, except it's like, Virginia versus West Virginia in the songs battle. But,
She didn't go to West Virginia University like I did.
I didn't know the song was that deep.
Facebook is where I saw that.
That's
Facebook,
where-
you learn
trust
everything.
everything you learn on Facebook.
A lot of it, yeah.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Okay.
But
I do have a question from Damon.
Yes.
How many couches did you burn?
I
Have you
haven't-
burned?
I've never burnt. So that's more of a sunny side downtown after a game. Everybody's like drinking and they're like, you know what we're gonna do? Set a couch on fire. I've never done that. I did blow up a couch with tannerite like a month ago.
That's even better.
It was a chair.
Downtown
but
West
it was
Virginia, wherever you were.
kinda Morgantown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Downtown Morgantown. Just
Oof.
lit it up.
They do it all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I used to burn couches all the time. It was fun.
Usually somewhere where the police aren't going to find you, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Did they just do it straight down?
No, it's like a celebration thing. So like after a
Oh, okay.
win, a
Gotcha.
football game.
So like, is it just a couch the people have in their dorm or whatever, and they just burn it and they go buy a new one, or what do they do?
I thought they just did that the one time. Is that a regular thing?
That's a regular thing.
Oh my gosh.
Learn something new.
Yeah, it's a regular thing. I've never seen it
Wow.
personally.
Like you've
Yeah.
never
But I
seen
also-
a couch burning?
Not in Morgantown.
Oh,
But I also don't hang out downtown after like 9 p.m.
You're not
'cause
one of the
that's-
hoodlums.
There's a lot of
It's okay. You can say it. This is a free
say
speech
a
podcast.
lot of crackheads down there.
understandable.
That's a good word for
Fun.
'em.
I had some other kind of questions.
Oh, I came with some questions.
Dude, go for it.
You
Fire
have
it off.
questions?
Yeah, I asked you one yesterday at church, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask that.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
podcast. If
That's
you can
right.
answer too. If you could be any kind of bug, what
Bug.
what kind of bug would you be?
Like
Dang.
any insect.
It's not like your favorite one. It's like if you had to physically
Yeah.
become one.
I feel like you've asked this before. At least I've heard this question.
Yeah, for this
It's
question
my
Before.
question. I made it up.
All right.
Didn't hear it anywhere.
Mine's gonna be a very, very basic one, like a butterfly, because I think it'd be.
I was about to say the same thing.
I think it'd be so cool to like be a caterpillar and then like sit in my chrysalis and just like change. Like I think that'd be so cool.
You get a few days for a
And
nap.
just sleep
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, and then you wake up like pretty. Like I didn't.
You wake
don't
up.
need to do anything.
You're already pretty.
Oh,
Aw.
Oh.
Wow.
thanks. So you said butterfly too? Is there a
Well, I was
reason?
actually about to ask if a butterfly was considered a
Oh.
bug. And then I was actually, now I have to
Inside.
change my answer because you gave that answer.
Oh.
I would like to be a firefly because I'm already a little bit nocturnal. And I think it'd be really cool to light up just for fun.
Yeah. That would
With
be
the light of
wonderful.
Jesus, can I get an amen?
Hey, man.
Whenever I was little, I was obsessed with bugs, and I thought that fireflies had light bulbs in their butts.
Ah,
So I caught one and I cut it in half to see.
no.
I learned a lot that day.
That's funny and very sad.
Serial killer.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Did
That
you used
was a
to catch
bug.
them when you were
Yes,
little?
I killed a lot of bugs. I
Oh.
caught several, and they all died.
Yeah.
Not intentionally. I just was interested in them, and then I forgot about them and left them in a jar somewhere. So, my
So
parents
tragic.
loved that hobby.
Yeah.
Just lots of
That's
dead
fun.
jars of
Of
dead
bugs.
lightning bugs. That's morbid, kind of.
My dad used to give me, we'd be like working outside or something. We find a worm. He'd be like, hey, man, I'll give you $5 to eat that worm right now. So I've eaten a couple worms.
Is that where you're so rich now? You're like, man, the amount of worms I've been eating.
I also call him Wormy.
I don't like that. Don't do it. What about you, Grant? What kind of bug would you be?
So mine's kind of dark.
Oh my.
So don't worry, I'm okay, folks. But the first thing that came to mind was spiders, because I hate spiders. And then what I would do is just pop out randomly, so I get killed instantly, because I
Oh.
hate spiders, and I kill them instantly when I see them.
Why would you want to get
Why,
killed
why would-
instantly?
Do you want to be Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
So you just don't want to be alive?
Exactly, because I hate bugs.
Oh,
So you
he hates
just
himself
wouldn't
so
be a
bad if he
bug.
were to be a bug.
I don't think a
my
spider's a
that is
bug.
very morbid.
A suicidal bug.
Yeah.
He
You
would
hate
be.
a lot of bugs, not
I
just
do.
spiders.
I hate flies. I hate spiders. I hate any kind of bug that's not a firefly or a butterfly. I want it to die.
So who
Mm.
kills the spiders in your guys' new home that you have created?
Yeah, Grant. Who kills all the bugs?
Me. I kill them. What do you mean?
That's selfless love.
So-
That's what marriage is all about.
From across the room, or like, is it? Is
well,
it
if I
you
say,
who
Grant,
kills
there's a spider, can you come kill it? He doesn't.
Yeah,
it's
I do.
only if like he sees one and then he'll kill it.
Otherwise, you kill them because she uses your
Otherwise-
shoe to kill them, or she does it.
This
and-
morning, I was using his shoe to kill some. Yes,
That's so nasty.
because the bugs don't know that people live there.
oh no.
They don't, because we haven't been living there for that long, and the person who lived there before like just did not take care of it, so he probably didn't even care if there was bugs in there. So now they have to get used to people living there
Oh my word.
and knowing their place.
No, there
which
was.
They don't know yet.
Well,
so.
I have to say, Grant, you were very brave whenever you put those bug traps out front for the beetles. That
Oh, yeah.
what was that, your wedding
The,
weekend?
It was like
It
the
was
wedding
Japanese
week.
beetles?
The wedding week. Yeah.
Huh?
Those Japanese beetles that are everywhere.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bigger than
The
those.
They
green
were like
ones?
swarming our house, and I thought they were bees, and then I had to go into the house, and I was like, I'm gonna get stung. And then there was one on the ground, and I looked at it, and I was like, this is not a bee. And then were you there?
I showed up.
Or
Well,
Janae was there.
Janae came first,
Okay.
and then I showed up later.
Yeah, it was in the Jeep. Yeah, Janae was there. I was like, Janae, these are not bees. So and then she took a big video of it, and she's like, yeah, these are Japanese beetles. I was
That's nasty.
like,
Well,
lovely.
So the thing is, I'm not afraid of bees. I've kind of come to terms with if I
Oh.
walk calmly, I can get inside and they're fine. So I showed up at her house that day, and I was like, okay, just walk calm.
Yeah.
They're not gonna hurt me if I just don't pay attention. I get inside. I was like, you guys got a lot of bees outside, and she goes, they're beetles, and that was what sent me over the edge. Not the fact that they could have been bees, but just knowing how beetles will just dive bomb at your face. No, thank you. Freaked me out after that.
So then what kind of bug would you be?
I was thinking probably a bee. I don't know which one,
Oh.
but not like a
But
hornet
after
or
you
a
sting
wasp.
somebody, then you die.
Not all of them.
Like
You're
Barry?
kinda like
Well,
Grant.
That was
bumblebees
his
don't
friend. not
sting.
him.
Barry
That was
bee.
Barry's friend.
I'd have a
Yeah.
whole movie
that
about
almost
me.
died. But wouldn't it be so cool? I was just thinking that when we were talking about bees. I was like, you know what? I might change my answer to a bee. Because my dad was at war with these yellow jackets.
Oh no.
They had this giant mansion nest
Oh gosh.
under our porch. And like he went out there several times, and like he got to this point where he was like poking it with a stick.
Oh no.
And he like poked half of it out, and I like saw inside, and I was like, dude, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to live in there? Like, I just don't get it.
That's so fun.
So I really think it would be cool to be a bee.
Right? They're
You
like
can
so intricate.
Confirm.
Especially like a queen bee. That would be really cool.
You want to live in
Right?
a
Yeah.
house made of mud and spit?
Well, they don't really know the difference. But also, wouldn't it be cool to confirm whether or not it's actually like the bee movie? And
Most
It's only for
underrated movie
honeybees.
ever. I think that my answer would be either bumblebee or honeybee, because like the honeybee like combs are like so neat to see how they work. I was at this place in Lancaster a few weekends ago, and they had an indoor like beehive case where like there was a tube out the bottom they could get outside, but then they get inside the building, and like it was just this like probably a good 6 inches thick, and the bees can crawl inside and create like make their hive. So then like weekly or daily, I don't know how fast they make honey, but then the people who own the building went in and would like, you know, harvest the honey and like sell it in the store, and you could see like the bees making it right there. It was fascinating.
Cool.
they're
It was really neat.
smart bees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the other bees are that smart, but I've heard a lot of information about honeybees.
Yes.
And I've heard that they're really, really smart.
Do you like honeybees?
I helped kill the hornets.
They were yellow jackets.
That yeah,
They're
whatever
mean.
They were mean
We don't like those.
bees.
No.
And
Yep.
so this is our system. We we did it at night because they were all in their hive. And so
That's
I
when
had-
you're supposed to
Did
do
you
it.
blow it up?
Yeah.
No, it was up under a wooden porch. Or else I was like, hey, let's just set it on fire.
Yeah.
Gosh. Did you ever fight off those cicada killers?
I
Did you
don't
ever
even know
see
what
it?
that is.
Cicada, they're like this big, which is, like, probably for people who aren't watching, like 3 inches to 4 inches long, and they are like massive hornets.
Oh, the European. I call them European wasps.
Yeah.
They like
The,
started showing up like a
murder
couple years ago.
hornets. Murder hornets.
Dude,
cicada
they are
killers, European.
massive.
They are terrifying.
They were in the sand. Like over at the
We
high
didn't tell her
school.
for a reason.
Like where you would do long jump over in the sand pits.
Yeah.
They started going there, and then like over at Pineapple Golf Course, they're in a couple of the sand bunkers. And it's like, good thing I didn't hit my ball into the bunker.
Yeah.
I'd be like, goodbye, ball.
We had a nest on the side of our house last summer, and we fought them off. Like they would like swarm our front lights like when it got dark out. So then the one night Dad and I like went out. I'm the man of the house whenever it's just Dad and
Oh
I.
my gosh.
And so I went
Don't
outside
do
with
that to
him.
Steve.
Well, I'm the son he wish he had sometimes. Anyways, he was
Steve, we
like,
need you to verify.
he's like, Sid, we have to go kill these bees. And I was like, I don't want to. And he's like, come on outside. So we went out and we sprayed like in the hole. And I'm basically there to like help him get away faster. And I'm not fighting the battle. He gets to fight it. So then he sprays and we take off running. And I'm making sure like he doesn't fall and get trapped with the bees. We get inside and they start swarming like the front porch lights. And if we had the lights on, they were just going. There was like 50 of them just like
Oh.
all over the porch, and we shut the lights off and they just fall on the ground. Like it was like a, I don't even know how to explain it. They would just literally fall and hit the ground and then like lay there, and then you turn the lights on and they'd get up and keep on going again. Like this is so disturbing and creepy.
Bees are narcoleptic.
It was
Confirmed.
yes, exactly. That's what it is. But it was terrifying.
So did that stuff kill him? Like the raid
it
stuff?
did eventually, yeah. Then we had a whole bunch of dead ones in the morning. Then they were just all dead on the porch. So it got them, but they were mad for
That's crazy.
a few minutes. So yeah.
They're mad.
So
Wow.
I was up there. I had a light. I was holding a light because it was dark, and so I was spraying it and holding a light at it at the same time. And then Avonlea's dad, Sean, had like a 12-foot bamboo stick, and he just started poking holes into
Oh
it.
my god.
And then
Oh my
eventually
gosh.
he like knocked it off. and then we squashed it.
Dang. Did you ever see the like the gasoline in a cup thing?
I have seen that.
Where you fill it like halfway or so, and you just cover the nest completely, and then they die from the fumes, and they just fall into the gas, and then so they're instantly dead.
The
so
nest was not big enough.
I was gonna say
too big.
you would have needed like
It wasn't small
vat-
enough.
We need a 5-gallon bucket.
a vat of gasoline.
Jeez.
It's above your head, and you just drop it on yourself.
Oh gosh, terrifying.
One time when I first started driving, I was in my mom's car, and I was on my way to soccer practice, and I went to a gas station, and it was like my second time filling up a car with gas, and I couldn't get the gas to come out of the pump, and so I just like started shaking it, and then it just was like this waterfall almost like effect coming out of it, and it was just like everywhere, and then I didn't know what to do. I probably should have just put it where the gas pump goes in the car, but I didn't do that. What I did do was I threw it on the ground
No.
while it was still spewing out gas, and I ran inside the gas station because it went in my eyes. And I was like, dude, I'm going to go blind.
Oh my god.
I just immediately was like, I'm going to go blind. I have to get out of here. I need to wash out my eyes. So I run in the gas station and I go straight to the bathroom, and I'm in the bathroom, and it's like, I felt like such a main character in that moment because I was like, I'm going to die in here. And I was just pouring this water in the sink in my eyes. And if there was ever a moment where I didn't care what people thought of me, it was that moment. Because I was like, thinking back to it, I was like, I look like a mad woman. Like I was just in the middle of town. It was like a gas station right off the interstate. So there was a ton of people there. And I come back out, and I don't know why I didn't say anything to anybody. And I come back out and it was like still on the ground and stuff. And then I remembered what happened. Like it was like adrenaline was just shooting through me. And I went to the person at the register, and I was like, dude, I don't know what just happened, but there's something wrong with your gas pump. and she was like, I thought that I smelled gasoline. Like, are you okay? And I was like, dude, it went all over me.
Oh
and so then I don't even remember what happened, but I still went to soccer practice. And I just smelled like a truck stop. and I just was like, I was thinking about being there smelling like that, and I was like, you know what? I'm like the best player on this team right now because I came drenched in gasoline.
You knocked everyone else out because they all fell down because you just smelled like gasoline.
Yes,
so
people were making comments about it the whole time.
No.
I was like, I'm this committed to come to this practice.
Dang.
It was a tough time. And then I think I went to a bonfire after that, which was a bad idea, but I stayed really far away.
Oh
and then it was like,
Imagine.
it was like, I don't know what it was. We used to have these bonfires there for some reason. It was like at the beginning of school. But I remember thinking, like picturing myself catching on fire, and thought that it was a good idea to stay. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
I have no words after that.
Just no common sense.
That's scary. That's like one of those things you just like wish never happens. Gas getting everywhere. Have you seen where like people will use that as self-defense if
Yeah.
like people pull up to like
It's a good tip.
kidnap?
That's a smart idea.
From like people will just like take it and start spraying the people who are trying to steal. Remember that. Just remember your main character experience next time if anything were to ever happen. Hopefully nothing happens, but
I've learned how to put gas in a car.
Correctly.
I said I've learned how to put gas in a car since then. I'm not a pro at it, but still an amateur.
pretty good. Is there a way to be a pro at it?
Well, yeah. As long as you're not from New Jersey, you're already a pro at it.
Well, I always see those people, and they're like, they do like the little things where they look at the amount
you
that
get
they've
the-
spent, and then they do like the couple of times, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then they shake it around, and I started doing that because then it won't like leak, but every time I do that, it still leaks. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I don't
Shifts a
know.
little bit.
You have to be a boy to understand.
Yeah. You got to get it to every 5.
Yeah.
Like an even amount of money.
Like a,
coming
like
out of my checking
50,
account.
65 or
Yeah.
50, 60. And then, I'll take it and I'll go rattle it around.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does. I get every last drop of diesel. It ain't cheap, son. Just like golf ain't cheap.
Put that pink stuff in there.
Yeah, I did that once.
How'd your car run?
Ran the same.
The pink
Blow a
stuff?
little black smoke a little bit.
No,
What is that?
I don't have it tuned for that.
Like,
It's
is it the off-road diesel?
So it's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's off-road diesel, so it's not as clean. You're not supposed to burn it in or
Where do you
use it.
Use it in like tractors and stuff.
Yeah, it's for
not like cars.
equipment.
Yeah.
Where do you purchase that?
Gas stations.
It's
Not
at
all
my
gas
house.
stations.
Some of
Yeah,
them. It's
Okay.
there's
it's
not a
illegal
lot
to
of-
purchase for on-road vehicles because it's
Yeah.
untaxed.
We have like it's at my house 'cause I live on a farm, so we need it for tractors and stuff. So a guy comes in, he fills it up like he has like a gas company or whatever.
Do you have animals?
Mm-hmm.
What kind?
Dairy cows.
Really? Do you know how to milk them?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was in Tennessee yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Jeez. Okay.
And the day before that, I was at the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum. That's such a long name.
Mhm.
And I saw this video that I didn't know existed of Blake Shelton and Jimmy Fallon milking a cow together.
Oh.
And that just made me think
Jimmy
of that.
Fallon does a lot of like really cool stuff with people, so I'm not surprised. That
What would you do if that was at your farm?
what Jimmy Fallon game?
Yeah, what if he came to milk a cow? Just for
That'd be Very
fun.
entertaining.
Ask him to be on the
Input.
podcast.
I'd tell him to go milk the bull and see what he does.
Oh my god.
Like, let's see if you know your stuff, buddy. There's a cow. Go milk it.
We also have chickens too. I'd probably ask him to like go pick up a chicken or try to chase a chicken, something like that.
How do you
I
pick
don't
up
know.
a chicken effectively?
Awful times.
You kind of have to like
Don't ask me.
trap it into like a corner and then you just kind of
Grant's
just
not
go
fast
for
enough.
it.
No longer athletic
But
enough.
They're really fast. You can't like run after it 'cause then you can't catch it. I mean,
Yeah, no.
probably some people have, but I haven't.
Rocky Balboa did.
Who is that?
Who's that?
Rocky. Like the
Oh,
movie
Rocky.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like a professional chicken chaser.
I thought it was like an
Yeah, that's his
actual
second
person.
job. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it for training.
That's how he trains, yeah.
Really?
Rocky 3?
I don't know.
No, 2?
I've never seen any of them.
It was
Me
a
neither. Then how do you know who that is?
I know
You
pop
just know.
culture, yeah.
One of my
the
neighbors
first or second one.
has a chicken that they said has brain damage, and I was just
Aw.
wondering, how do you know that a chicken has brain
I have
damage?
no idea.
How can you tell one brain dead chicken from another?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Well, I mean, when I do this all the time.
Gosh.
Then they just have
That was
like,
an
ticks
awful
or
visual.
something.
I'm sure the people who are listening would like to hear
Yeah.
that.
You know that tracks because sometimes I think Grant has brain damage.
Everything's making sense
I
now.
think we can all
Do it.
second that.
Which one should I hit?
It's too
We need like those remotes from iCarly because it's
That's a
not
good
fair that you're the
idea.
only one with those buttons.
That's what I'm thinking.
I am the only one certified.
That's not true.
Certified.
Hey.
We can all press a
I
button.
ran the mixer for our campus ministry at WVU, so
What kind of mixer?
a cool one.
like
Had,
a
the
DJ
equalizer.
one.
No, I'm not that.
Oh.
I don't understand that much about it. But
I signed up to volunteer at Uprise Fest for stage crew
What's that?
this year. Uprise Fest? It's a huge Christian music festival here in Ship every year.
Who comes?
Like Skillet comes every year. Switchfoot is coming this year.
Newsboys was here
Striper
last
was
year.
here last year. They're coming again this year.
Ring
Who's Striper?
Collective.
Ren Collective's
Huh?
fire.
I said Newsboys was there last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
What's another big band?
We-
They used to. Sorry.
go ahead, continue.
Freaking Country has been here in the past.
Is Ben
Matthew
Fuller
West.
coming?
Toby
Ben
Mac
Fuller's gonna be here.
was
Toby Mac's
here
been
like
here.
what 10 years ago now.
Yeah. It's gotten smaller and smaller. But it's kind of gaining a little bit more more momentum because of Creation Fests kind of being canceled. I don't know if you know about that one. It was a much bigger.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Creation was like a Uprise on steroids, like 10 times the size of this, mainly because they have more space too. But that has been.
Wasn't No Big Deal there? Like
He's coming
a
this
couple
year.
years
Yeah.
No Big Deal's coming this year
Mhm.
Really, where?
to Uprise. It's
That's
in
awesome.
Ship. Yeah. Big
Might
deal.
Go to that.
Yeah, it's a-
Halvey.
Yeah, he's coming
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
we have a friend who's a producer, and he produces for the social club.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's pretty
he
cool.
just started doing that.
I think
That's
they're
cool.
coming too. They've at least been there at Uprise.
They've definitely
His
been
name
there.
is Eli Williams.
I'm gonna shout him out.
Look him up.
Yeah, shout out Eli.
Eli makes some fire beats.
Where's he from?
Clarksburg.
Clarksburg, West Virginia. He's my best friend's older brother.
Whoa.
Your noise has interrupted me.
Sorry.
Say it again.
He's my best friend's older brother. Anyway, I had a story about chickens while we were on that.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have this dog, and she's an Australian Shepherd mix. She's absolutely insane.
Pretty sure she's autistic.
She actually might be. She has sensory issues. And so I can't walk her without a leash. I can't do it because she will flee immediately. And so I was walking her one day, and most of my neighbors have chickens. And at the time, I had 2 other dogs, a Yorkie and a Shorkie. So I'm walking 3 dogs at once, 2 little ones, 1 mid-sized one. And so it was very hard to manage all of them. And I get to this point where my neighbor with the 2 dogs and the chickens and the honeybees and all the things to distract my dog Coco, it was all there. And she was new in the neighborhood at that time. We had just gotten her. And all of a sudden, her leash is not on my wrist anymore. And I was like, oh no. And I just dropped my other dog's leashes. They just scatter. And I run after Coco, and she grabs a chicken by the neck and is throwing it around like a chew toy, like thrashing her head back and forth. And I was like, dude, this chicken is going to be dead.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm going to have to take a trip to Rural King and get a baby chick for these people.
Is that the chicken with brain damage?
Well, here's what happened.
No way.
So then this was the first time I've ever touched a chicken. It didn't feel the way that I thought it would feel, and I hated the way that it felt. And I just grabbed it and I ripped it out of her mouth. And I was screaming involuntarily this whole time. And what?
Just women anytime something semi-stressful happens.
And so then I throw the chicken on the ground, and it just starts running like nothing happened. And we told my neighbors about it, and they were like, oh, we were like, I'm so sorry. We can buy you another chicken. I don't know if that one's going to be okay. And they were like, it's okay. That one had brain damage. And that was how I knew that chicken had brain damage. And I was like, I wonder what kind of shape it's in now.
Now it has spine damage and wing damage.
It's 9 lives. You can lose brain, whatever.
That's probably why it was the
awful.
one that got caught by a dog.
Yeah.
That's
Did not have the street smarts that it
just
needed.
saying.
So sad.
He was just a little bit slow. Mentally and physically.
I've got another question.
Please
Unless
go.
we want to keep talking about chickens.
Go for it.
This is one of my favorite questions. So we're part of a campus ministry at WVU called BCM, Baptist Campus Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And we have these things every week. It's like our small groups. It's like the guys meet and the girls meet, and it's different days. And so our group, one of our favorite questions to ask new people, I thought I would bring this question to you guys, is what kind of bug would you be? And when is the last time you pooped your pants?
I think
If you say when you were a kid, you're lying.
I'm sorry, but I think I was 4.
Wrong.
You
You can't tell me you've never been in Walmart and
Oh my God.
and you've been walking around, and then you're like, oh, there's a little less friction than there should be.
Oh my gosh. Then that's when you just run to the bathroom
Yeah, but
before anything happens.
I mean, there's definitely been some close calls, but
you ever trust a fart too much?
no.
Oh yeah.
have to
Oh
say.
yeah.
I know Grant's
Yeah.
got a good story.
It's probably a guy thing.
yeah, I really can't relate.
This was actually months ago.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was. Awkward silence. I think it was the weekend. Yeah. So
It's during your guys' wedding.
yeah,
Honeymoon.
pooped my pants. Pastor's like, Grant, are you okay? No, anyways, no, we were working on the house, and we're working on that,
Oh, I think I know.
and
I wasn't home, was I?
No, you were home.
Oh.
You were there. And I'm pretty much getting ready to transition to a new job. And we have wedding planning going on. And there's a stupid box that I couldn't get done. And it just, like, pushed me over the edge. And, like, I had a breakdown. But then, like, that weekend.
You'll have that on them big jobs.
Yeah, 100%. I love that shirt. It's actually a shirt I have.
Okay.
But then, like, that weekend, at some point, I got, like, a nasty... Or wait, no. I'm mixing up weekends. It was my last week of work at D-Rock. I got, like, a nasty stomach bug or something, like, that weekend. Like, couldn't keep anything in. Like, normally...
I know the feeling.
Have you ever taken Imodium?
No.
Oh, well, it's just... Long story short, it's supposed to clog you up if you, like, can't keep anything in.
Oh.
That didn't even work. Like, the
Ooh.
stomach bug was that bad. So, yeah, and one of the times, I trusted it too much.
Oh,
Did
we're
you
much
see-
closer than we were about 5 minutes ago, 5 seconds ago.
That's why this question's so awesome, is because you get real comfortable with each other real quick.
Wow. I feel more uncomfortable, actually, believe it or not.
Mine was 3 summers ago, sort of recently, when I was working at Kegris, and I was on top of a billboard. And so, like, when you're climbing, like, you're up there for a minute. So, I work with this old guy. His name is, I won't say his name. But, he's really old. I call him Pap because he's so old. And he's, like, climbing billboards and working, like, blue collar stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
he's, like, at the time, he must have been, like, 62 climbing a billboard on top of it. He's got this great big, like, Duck Dynasty beard and bald.
Love.
And we're changing the sign out on the billboard, and I'm like, Pat, I think I gotta go. He said, and he always said it like this, which is why I say it, and Avonlea hates it. He said, man, you got a pup?
Hold on, I gotta write something down.
He said, you got a pup? I was like, yeah, Pap, I gotta go. So we hurried up and finished the sign, and, like, on the way down, on the ladder down, I was like, man, thank God we were right next to a Sheetz, because sometimes you're on, like, a billboard that's in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
It was one in town, so we were right next to a Sheetz. But yeah.
Just for reference, how would you spell that?
Pup? Oh, I don't know.
P-U-O-P?
P-U-U-P?
P-U-U-P. We're looking at our
P-W-U-P.
a W
Pwup.
in there. I never saw that
Pwup.
coming.
Pup.
Pwup.
Pwup.
Love
What about
it.
you?
My story? I'm trying to think.
Logan's like, I've been waiting for this day to ask her this question for so long.
Have I never shared this story?
Probably. I ask this question to, like, everyone that I meet.
You can't be friends with Logan if he doesn't know last time you pooped yourself.
And come on, what kind of friend would you be then?
Exactly.
I'm gonna make a long story short because I'm tired of this topic. I unfortunately, it was after, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Oriza, but it's like an Asian Chipotle. Okay. And I love this restaurant. I think their food is so good. No shame to them. No shade or shame. Anyway, I still go there. But for the first couple of times I went there, it really messed up my stomach. And I just kind of like went through it because I thought their food was so good. And the very first time I ate there, I didn't realize it messed up my stomach. And I just slightly pooed my pants. Well, here's what happened. It was like 2 a.m. and I was asleep. And like in my dream, I went to the bathroom.
Oh.
And I thought that I was actually in the bathroom. And then I like started coming to reality for a second. Anyway, long story short, I had to change my bedding. And that was really unfortunate.
That's sad. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you just shared that with
Thanks for sharing.
like 100 strangers on the internet.
500
It's
actually.
okay to
We get
be
about
vulnerable.
500.
We've had
views.
500 views, 51 subscribers currently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
I
proud.
also don't know where my phone is. I'd check currently to get
Did
a
you just
sub
eat
count.
half that
Yeah.
taffy?
I did. Well, if I put the whole thing in my mouth, I'd be sitting here like. So I put half of it in
I
there.
just want to say, Oriza doesn't do that to me anymore, and it's
I'm
really
glad.
That's
good.
good.
It happens every time you
I know.
It's just,
I pushed through, and it was
Some
like
things are
an
just-
acquired taste for my tummy.
Mhm.
Almost.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
Well, I will say, I don't know if I want to share this, but I'm going to share it because you brought up the whole topic. I did pee my bed in college. I don't remember why or what happened, but it wasn't the same.
Dude, I pee my bed like once a month.
You're kidding. I don't know how I did, but it was like I thought I was like, it was a dream thing. And then I woke up and I was like, this can't be happening. Thank goodness I lived by myself that year. So I like and it was like early in the morning. So nobody was up, but, yeah,
Just drink too
No
much
shame.
water before you go to bed.
I guess.
Lay off the Coca-Cola. Just like that kid from Home Alone.
Oh my gosh.
Coke.
Yeah. That's such a good
I
movie.
forget the rest of that. Yeah, but yeah,
I worked with a
no
guy.
shame. It's okay.
I worked with a guy that looked like Buzz from Home Alone.
Mm,
So that was his nickname.
Buzz.
Buzz.
Buzz was a pretty cool character.
He didn't look like one. So it wasn't a
He wasn't that bad.
He was the bad guy. He was the mean brother.
I know.
with the spiky
Hot
hair.
take, did
He
I
had like
say?
the spiky hair and everything.
Yeah.
Kind of switching topics. Do you have any hot takes? Anything that you're so passionate about that you really want to share with the world?
I might have to think about that for a sec. Do
It
you
can
have one?
be.
Ooh. So, how often have you been up here in Pennsylvania now?
I mean, I did come here before I met Logan
Okay.
because Pennsylvania is not that far from West Virginia.
She's talking about Pittsburgh. It's a little
Yeah.
different.
I did go to Pittsburgh, Little Washington, wherever the malls are, pretty much.
Okay.
Went to those
Mm,
places.
Fair enough.
What is your go-to gas station for food?
When I come up here, I definitely eat at restaurants because I drove all the way up here.
You've never gotten food.
So like you're
from
just
gas stations?
driving, and you're like, I'm gonna get gas, and you're gonna get food.
Sheets.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's go.
Good answer.
I hate that there's not a Rudders in
Mm.
West. At least I've never seen a Rudders in West Virginia because I love Rudders.
But what do you see? in
Their
West
chocolate milk is
Virginia?
the best.
It's like the same as it's pretty similar to here. Sheets.
Just
There's
Sheetz.
there's like because West Virginia's got Kroger.
Oh, right.
You need y'all don't know about Kroger.
Is Kroger
I've been to
good?
like down south.
Don't even.
I've seen them.
Is it like Bucky's? Everybody and their brother flocks to that place, and it's overhyped just because they have good potato chips.
I don't think it's overhyped.
It's more like a giant.
What, Bucky's?
Yeah.
I
we
think
found
it
our
is.
I
topic.
think it's underhyped, if anything.
What is
However-
so great about it? We don't see it because
Well,
we were
there's
just
not
at
one
one.
in West Virginia, but
They're putting one in Fayetteville.
oh, thank goodness.
Pennsylvania?
Oh man.
You meant
There are not enough good grocery
Yeah.
stores up here. I will say that.
we don't have
No.
much variety.
Why no Sam's Club?
Mm-mm.
What's going on?
There's
Harrisburg.
one in Hagerstown.
We have
Yeah,
BJ's.
Hagerstown.
Yeah.
Well,
we got
that's not very good.
There's a Costco in Hagertown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is everything in Hagerstown?
I've never been.
'Cause
to
this
there's
is-
a Costco
Is it
in
Hagerstown,
Hagerstown?
Maryland?
yeah.
So yeah.
So it's not even in PA.
But it's
No.
Yeah, but
technically-
it's only like
still
40
our
minutes from
area.
here.
It's 30 minutes from my house, and I live closer than
Our house,
Shippensburg. So like,
our house,
yeah, sorry, I'm not used to saying that yet.
unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a Costco in Hagerstown.
There's one that's like in the south or like down in Maryland. I just know
It's
because
probably not Hagerstown then. It's probably
It's-
Frederick.
Yeah.
probably. Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't.
Hagerstown. I would have known about it. by
I know I need to know, but Vicky from work, the lady I wouldn't name because she worked with me, but she doesn't work with me anymore. Vicky from work always would talk about Costco.
Did she quit?
No, she retired. She came to see. So she switched. She sat right behind me, and then she switched departments because she needed like 2 months more of her insurance. And so she's like, I'm just gonna work a little longer so I can get this whatever done. And then she told me way too much. I didn't need to know most of it, but I loved her. Well, anyways, so she switched buildings because she switched departments, and then she came back on her last day. It was a Friday, and I usually don't go on Fridays, but I was there, and she comes over and she's like, "You moved desks. Did they move you? what's going on? And she was so upset because then there's like interns walk in and she's like, did they hit your spot? Do you want me to talk to somebody? And I was like, Vicky, it's okay, I promise. But anyway, she would always tell me about what she gets at Costco, like her jackets and her clothes and her husband's pants. And I was like, honey, I don't need to know about your husband's pants. But she loves Costco pants for whatever reason.
Avonlea also loves Sam's Club, like the deals there.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I love BJ's.
What? It depends on where you're at, 'cause like Martinsburg is technically West Virginia, and it's like,
Meaning technically West Virginia.
well, it's West Virginia, but is it really West Virginia? 'Cause it's like,
What
what?
does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're right,
It's
it is
just 'cause
Frederick.
It's really busy.
Have you guys ever been to West Virginia?
Yep.
A few times, yes.
What do you do there?
I drive through it.
That's it?
We went
we went to the mountains.
we went to a cabin there, yeah.
Yeah.
Back
Wait, is Harper's Ferry in West
2
Virginia?
years ago.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
in
Okay,
that's on
I've
the
been to
border
Harper's
between all of
Ferry.
them. That's like right at the where West Virginia, Maryland, and Virginia meet, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like on all of them.
Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah, one time. Other than that, I just drive through West Virginia.
Yeah.
The little like 10-minute blurb you have. Actually, no.
Mm.
Half-hour blurb.
I have to say, West Virginia is beautiful. We went to Seneca Rocks, even on a
Oh.
cloudy day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gorgeous.
It was so pretty.
We were,
Breathtaking.
And
you
we
weren't
went
there,
to
but I was
the
just down there.
cave.
We went to the
What cave
Smoke Hole
was that?
Caverns. Fascinating. I loved
Yeah.
it. Have you ever gone? Like, I feel like you don't really like sightsee in your own state.
False.
Really?
Yeah, there's a place in Morgantown called Cooper's Rock.
Mhm.
It's just a giant rock on the side of a mountain, like really cool views.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And then Seneca Rocks, that's kind of near Petersburg.
Yes, we stayed in
Yeah.
Upper Tract, which is like south of Petersburg.
Petersburg is gorgeous.
I've never been to Seneca Rocks
Oh my gosh.
or
You
the
should go.
caverns.
Girl,
However,
are you even from West Virginia?
where I do go, there is a state park in Fairmont that is slept on. It's called Valley Falls. And
Okay.
there's these beautiful waterfalls there. There's one that you see like just like right off the bat that's there. There's also like a little park and picnic tables and all that kind of stuff. There's also like bike trails there for like pro people. I don't know, it's crazy. But but you can like hike to waterfalls. So
No way.
like one thing I don't dislike hiking, but whenever I'm hiking to something, whenever I'm hiking to
If
something,
it's more than if it's less than gravel. Like if
Valley
there's not,
Falls
like, a
is less
gravel,
than gravel.
There's a good bit of gravel there.
Anyway, but one thing that I don't really like whenever I'm hiking is like you walk all this way and then there's nothing there. Like I want to go to a
Mhm.
view
Mm.
of some sort, or
I get
else
that.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And- but there's also like a little beach area there,
Mm.
and it's so much fun. I spent most of COVID there. But have you guys ever been to the New River Gorge?
No.
That one's a big one. Didn't they
Never
just?
Never heard of it.
I think they just made it a national park.
They did.
Yes, and
It
it's
is beautiful.
it's beautiful.
There's a big bridge there, and it's called Bridge Days, and people they jump off the bridge with parachutes and they bungee jump and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, we don't live far from West Virginia. We should go.
It's really slept on.
If
Yeah.
there's a place called Spruce Knob,
We almost went
Yeah, yeah, we did.
going there.
I think it was my freshman year. at
Well, yeah, we
WVU.
asked him where we should go.
Yeah, that's right. Remember we called. Sorry, when we were at that cabin, we were like, we don't know where to go because it was during hurricane season, so it was raining, and we're like, it's foggy, we don't know what to do, and we're like, we should call Logan and ask him what to go
Yeah.
to, and you said to go to Seneca,
Yeah,
and then we lost service, so
It
that's all
is
we got to do.
So beautiful. there.
But yes,
Seneca Rock's really beautiful. And did you hike up the trail at Seneca?
No, it
There's
was
a
too
trail.
wet.
And you can hike up, and it's like straight uphill,
Oh my
but it's
gosh.
just a bunch of switchbacks. So you can go up, and it's really
Gotcha.
cool.
I would love to go again, on a
Yeah.
nice, like
On a
when it's
nice
nice
day,
out.
Yeah.
Spruce Knob is the tallest point in West Virginia, which is pretty cool
Oh,
because
yeah.
lots of mountains. Yeah, and I went with a group before my freshman year of college. It was like through the university. We did like a hiking trip. We hiked up, took like 4 days.
Wow.
Jeez,
It's really cool.
pretty cool.
I felt like I was in Narnia.
Yeah.
Love that.
Cool.
No, I think that the good places in PA to go hiking are like up in the north, like past the Poconos, up at Ricketts Glen and all. Or
Never
even
been.
like
Where was that place we went a couple 2 summers ago?
that was
The
Ricketts,
bridge went.
that was Ricketts
Was
Glen.
that
Okay.
Ricketts Glen or Watkins Glen?
That place was
No,
really
Watkins
cool.
Glen is in New York.
Okay, so
Yeah, my mom's
Ricketts Glen.
cousin lives up there, so if we ever
Really?
go to Watkins,
Watkins?
yeah, Watkins Glen.
We need to go there.
Yeah, perfect.
Near
We'll
the
time it
Finger
up when there's a
Lakes.
NASCAR race.
Are you going this year?
Not this year. No, there's Watkins Glen. There's a racetrack up there at
Let me,
Watkins
let
Glen.
me know. I might be able to.
Oh.
I might be able to score you some tickets for like free.
We're definitely going.
I'm not telling. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Especially not on the podcast.
I'll tell you later when there's not.
We got a lot
camera.
of listeners. You got enough tickets?
Like, there's gonna be like 10,000 viewers. How do I get the tickets for free?
You heard that, guys. We're doing a giveaway right on this episode.
Do 20
Logan, say your
cartwheels
number.
and spin on your head.
Yeah, I'm
Submit
out.
your best entry video and tell us why you deserve your tickets. I'm just kidding. That was all a lie.
You're not
Fun.
coming.
Thanks for lying.
we do a lot of lying on here.
Oh, great. Thanks for letting me know.
Fantastic.
I'm kidding. We do not.
Sydney's only speaking for herself.
That's true.
Yeah.
I make up all my stories.
We were talking about bugs earlier, and you were talking about your guys' house. Like, are you
Mhm.
guys like fixing it up, or how's that working right now?
Oh, it's done.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
How
We did fix it up.
Okay.
but,
Yeah.
So my buddies own a contracting business in West Virginia. So I work there part time, and we were up under a house the other day. I was kind of like said something about this earlier, and Sydney was like, "Save it for the podcast."
I don't know.
But the house is like falling in, so like part of the floors are sunken in, and like the front porch, the foundation's just shot.
Mm.
And so we're up under the house, the nastiest crawl space that I've ever seen in my life. And there's just like wires hanging down. There's a dead possum that's like all sunken
Oh
in.
my gosh. That
There's,
would
like,
have done it.
There's cat turds everywhere,
Mm.
and just a bunch of bugs and spiders. It was really gross. And then we just like dug holes for 5 hours to lay to put like the concrete forms
Wow.
for new
Lovely.
foundation. It's gross.
That's so safe.
Amazing. I don't think I
Yeah.
want that job.
OSHA signed off on it. It was fine.
100% they did.
Ocean said it's okay.
Right side.
Fun. All right. You guys want to get into our game?
Absolutely.
So I figured out a way to do this where it's just going to be everybody for their own, everybody on their own. Instead of like, unless you guys want to do something really chaotic, but we don't have really like a buzzer or yelling. So so in the past weeks, guys, we have been doing like a name the top 5 in the category. Well, this week we are doing a different version of Fast Money from Family Feud. Do you have a question?
Oh, no, I was just holding this so Logan doesn't take it from me. I have an answer.
we're gonna go person by person, and I'm gonna give you your category. So I have the top 5 answers for each of these, and we'll just go down the line. And if you give me something that's in those top 5, you'll get between 1 and 5 points. Based on, you have to keep track of your own points. So if you get the top answer, you'll get 5 points. If you get the bottom answer, you'll get 1, and you can fill in the rest. But yeah,
Do we want a pen?
is that
and paper?
okay? Someone want to keep track of points there?
Can we do like a crash course round since I have no clue what's going on?
Sure. Or
Okay.
do you want me to start from that end and kind of go down? Because it'll be like,
Sure.
okay, Grant, your question is, and then all the way through.
Oh,
So then
so
I'll
we're
be
not like
I mean, we can do where you guys are trying to guess the top answer. We can. Do you want to do kind of where you guys are like all calling out, and then whoever gets the top answer gets that round? What do we want to do? I'm trying to say, okay, let's do that. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to read, okay, for example, I'm going to say, whenever I'm finished answering the question or reading the question, you guys can go ahead and start answering and just call out whatever.
Just blur
Whoever
them out.
says the top answer first wins. So the first one is name a popular color for a car.
you're only writing that down because you want to win.
Red.
Gray, white, black.
Black is the top answer.
Wait, what was the question?
Sorry.
Yeah,
They were busy.
distracted.
Sorry, there's a lot of these. There's a lot of these ones. So
Wait,
we'll
What was the question
funny,
and
sorry.
what was the top answer?
So I said name a popular color for a car. They named a bunch, and then Danessa said black, which black was the top answer.
Okay.
The other answers were red, white, blue, and silver. So you said like all of the top ones, but black was not said first. Do we kind of get it?
Yes.
So
You
then
gotta
how
be-
many points would I get?
You
Since
just
I got the first one.
I
One.
said we're just gonna do one. You get the point
Oh.
for the round.
Okay, so it's not like I get 5 points or.
Unless you want to
points.
do, you get 34 points because 34 is the.
No.
Let's just do one per question.
All right.
One.
Make it easy.
Let's do that. Okay. So everyone clear?
Yes.
You get
Yeah.
how we're playing?
Guys are going down.
You're
All
right.
So number 2, name a fruit you might find in a smoothie.
Banana.
Strawberry.
Strawberries is the answer.
Wow.
That was me.
She took the microphone away. I didn't even have a chance.
Are we counting the first round?
was
No,
gonna say
you don't have to
banana.
count the first round, Logan. So I only have 1 point.
I already wrote it down, so.
All
Okay.
right, that I
Not gonna
got
argue
two.
with that. The other answers were banana, blueberry, mango, and pineapple. So number 3, name something you do when you first wake up in the morning.
Pee.
No,
Drink
Yawn.
water.
no.
Fart.
Stretch.
Ooh.
Brush teeth.
Brush your
Get out of
teeth.
bed.
Wrong.
I honestly could not
Who's
think
brushing
of
their teeth
anything.
before
You
they?
gotta get out of bed to brush your teeth.
That is very true. The first top
Honestly.
answers were brush your teeth, stretch, yawn, check your phone, and use the bathroom.
I was
So-
gonna say wipe the crusties out of your eyes, but I couldn't get
Open
it
your
out.
eyes. Become conscious. I don't know. All right. Grant got that one. Number 4.
Neck hurts.
Name a popular pizza topping.
Pepperoni.
That-
Cheese.
That'll be
Sausage.
it. Pepperoni is the answer.
Joyce, do you like pepperoni on
These
your pizza?
questions are too easy.
Yeah. See? Joyce
It's the most
is
popular.
for the people.
So the other top
For the
ones
people.
were
Just
cheese,
you mean?
Huh?
sausage.
Just for Grant?
What do you mean?
Grant is the people. At least he thinks he is.
She's just for you.
It's giving main character.
No,
It's
pepperoni is the most
giving-
popular pizza topping.
Right.
I love pepperoni on my pizza, and the answer is true because Joyce also.
Mm.
The answer is
first
only
pepperoni.
true
What a
because
great poll you have
Mom said
going.
something.
Yeah.
Fun. So yeah, the top answers were pepperoni, cheese, sausage, mushroom, and onions.
Mushroom. The heck
It
are
wa-
up with you psychos?
I
love
love
mushroom on
mushrooms.
I hate
pizza.
mushrooms.
I love it.
Well,
They're disgusting.
It's good.
there's more than just you in this.
Yeah, no, I was forced to try them in high school.
Forced.
Yeah.
Same thing
You-
with
The amount of times
You're
I've heard
forced to
that
try
story.
shrooms in high school? Was that what you just said?
Yeah. Family consumer science class. We did eggs.
forcing you to try the shrooms
And
in school.
the teacher goes, all right, you have to make them healthy. And I'm like, it's eggs. And so then my group's like, we're going to put green peppers in. And then somebody goes, oh, let's put mushrooms in. And I'm like,
What if your teacher
Ew.
is watching this?
I guarantee she's
I
probably
really
not.
hope she is. The worst experience of my entire life.
Also, I remembered her name, but I'm not going to share it now. But I'll remind me to tell you afterward. Was it you that we were trying to figure out her
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
I figured it out. I'll talk to you after. Anyways,
Secret.
Starts with a P now.
it does start with a P.
Yep.
That's right, because she got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
I forget what it was
Oh
before.
my gosh.
But anyways,
moving on.
bada bing, bada boom.
Name a sport played without a ball.
Hockey.
Swimming.
Swimming.
Ultimate
Hockey
frisbee.
is the top answer.
Wow.
Wow.
Who said it?
Ice hockey.
Granted.
I didn't even think about it.
We're going to go until everybody gets at least
This
1
is
point.
a hard game.
I'm so sorry.
So
You're
me
like
and Avonlea have none.
She's kind of like taking like the Janae spot because
Yeah.
Janae's usually, no offense, she's usually slow when we play the games.
I am embarrassed.
It's okay. You're right on
Logan.
par. I'm so
I'm glad
sorry.
I'm filling the shoes well.
Hey.
You're doing a great job.
In Avonlea's defense, she's really smart.
She's from West Virginia. There's Grace.
She graduated with a 3.9 in college.
Her face.
I thought he was gonna say 3.0. I was like, why are you-
dang. That's
I was
okay.
like, that's still embarrassing.
2.7 in high school and a college dropout.
Wow.
Facts.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, the top 5 sports that I play without a ball: hockey, swimming, track and field, gymnastics, and wrestling. I heard of some of the other
Ah.
ones, but yeah,
Is gymnastics a sport?
Yes.
Yes.
definitely
Okay.
is. All right, next one. Name a type of weather.
Rain.
Sunny.
Sunny
Oh.
is the top answer. It's because I made eye contact with her. Type
so
of weather.
you just told her the answer.
I
through your
did. I
brain.
telepathically was like, "You got this." So top are sunny, rainy, cloudy, snowy, and windy.
I
Were you
think we
guys-
said rainy because it's rainy right now. So like
Yeah.
that's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I feel like when it's sunny out, it's like no weather.
It's
Right.
it's absence
Yeah.
of weather. I agragree.
It's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
Normal. That was number 6. We're gonna go till 10. Round number 10. What?
Logan doesn't have a point yet, so we gotta wait.
All right,
till he
Logan,
gets
you
a
got
point.
4 more shots.
Tell Avonlea to quit taking the microphone away.
I didn't. If I was taking it away, I would have more points.
They're all the way over there. I have no points.
Here. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, ready? Name a reason that people might dance.
Music.
Wedding.
Wedding. Music
Wow.
is implied, but it was
You
kind of
were
like
primed to say that.
I don't know. It's not
part
like
of all
I,
of
I
them.
just had one, you know.
Yeah, they were.
That's the only
That's the only reason I danced.
way that you'll. Yeah,
top
that's very
5.
true.
Top 5 answers are wedding, party, concert, celebration, and exercise.
Concert.
Which
Exercise.
I feel like I don't really
I would've
dance
never
at
thought
concerts.
about exercise.
I
Really?
wouldn't have thought that
Zumba?
either.
I mean, I do
Zumba's fun.
dance workouts. They're very fun, but I just don't. I just would have
You wouldn't
never.
count
Mm-mm.
I would have
that.
sat here and it would have been like me trying to name the 50 states.
Mm.
I would have just been at a loss. Missing
Do you
a
not know?
couple.
Do you know the state song?
The next question.
I don't know
Name
the
all
state
50
song.
states.
Oh,
The education in PA must be better.
you should listen to last week's.
I think that's implied.
I'm so sorry. You should listen to last week's episode because Danessa goes through all of the states for us.
I do.
We were trying
For
to
a
do like
game.
a guessing game, and she was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm not guessing. I'm just gonna name them all."
Very ironic that I just said that then.
Yeah.
That was very funny. Yeah, good callback to last week's episode that you did listen to.
Yeah. Vanessa, do you want to do the state song for us?
I'm okay.
You're gonna have to teach it to me so I know them.
Just watched last week's episode.
It was very funny. Cool. Next one. Ready?
Yes.
Name a famous Disney character.
Cinderella.
Elsa.
Keep guessing. Snow
guessing.
White.
Sleeping Beauty.
Mickey Mouse.
Snow White.
Mickey Mouse.
Ah!
Number 1.
That's a
Just
Disney
draw a blank when
character?
you ask these questions.
Grant, you are a
Cinderella
genius.
was number 2. Donald Duck, Snow White, and then Winnie the Pooh.
Why was
Oh, so
Elsa
Snow
not
White
on
was
there?
on
I don't know. I don't know what to tell
guess
you.
she's too
I was
recent.
thinking the most
Too new.
recent popular ones.
You would think that would be it.
I'm just up
Best
with
part
the
is I wasn't really a
times.
Disney kid growing up. I was more of a SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh.
I watched a lot of Transformers.
Holy cow, there's a lot of questions on here. I thought it was just the top, like these 10 of them. I was trying to find. Oh, this is from 2024
Well,
too. So it's
Logan
like
still doesn't
Well,
have
what in the
points,
world?
so we're gonna keep
We'll
going.
go until
Whoa,
he
round
has-
10 rounds.
So I just I'm ultimately gonna lose. 'cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't-
you might come back. You might come back. All right.
No.
Number 9. Ready? Name something people do on vacation.
Swim.
Tan.
Not sleep. Not swim.
Tan.
Not tan.
Adventure.
Sit in a
Eat.
hammock.
Beach.
I'm gonna take adventure.
Yes.
Sightseeing was the top
Eat.
answer. Eat.
That was
Eat was number 5.
Yeah, that's a good.
So sightseeing, relax/sleep, swim, shop, and eat were the top.
I said swim and
Sound
eat.
like
They
a
were
good
all.
life.
You're so close to. At least you're playing. I don't hear Logan talking at all.
Eat. Eat. That's funny.
Here's another
Thank you.
one that might be a little bit easy, or
No,
one that
give me a
might be
hard
easy.
one that
We
only
need to
I
dial
know.
it down so me and Logan can answer.
Okay, well we're gonna keep on going because these are going fast. Number 10. Name a fast food restaurant.
Burger King.
McDonald's.
Oh, why did...
Is Wendy's
I
not
did.
on
She
there?
said it. Wendy's is not on there.
What about
What is
Burger King?
happening?
McDonald's,
Hey, I
Burger
love a Wendy's faux faux.
King. Fo goes a hoe.
Who made
$5 biggie
these
bag.
answers? Are these
don't know what to
statistically
tell you.
correct?
This is straight off of Family Feud. This is called Friendly Feud.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's what we're gonna call this game from now
Gonna
on.
email
Give
Friendly
me the
them
Feud.
next
later.
one. Give me the next one.
Are we friends?
Who got that one?
Well,
Did
we're
I
husband and
answer?
wife, so
Garden?
I would say yes.
All right. The next one is name a type of flower.
Daisy.
Rose.
Rose.
Sunflower.
Rose.
Wow. The one that we
All right, game's over.
didn't think he would get.
I was like, he's not gonna get this one. I should just skip it. Rose. Good job. So it was rose, tulip, daisy, sunflower, lily, in that order. We'll go till 15. That'll finish up the category. All right. Number 12. Name a musical instrument.
Guitar.
Violin,
Piano.
Guitar. Top.
I just said what I played. That's all I said.
What'd you say?
I said flute.
Flute's number 5.
Oh.
That's surprising though, because it goes
It is
guitar,
surprising.
piano, drums, violin, flute.
We said piano at the same time.
It's because we're geniuses.
With one
In second place.
point.
So I don't know what to tell you.
We're tied for last place.
1 point each. All right, 2 more questions. Maybe you guys can get 2 points each. No, 3 more questions. Number 13. Name an animal you might see at a zoo.
Horse.
Lion.
Giraffe.
Tiger.
Zebra.
Giraffe.
Monkey,
Gorilla.
No,
parrot,
Otter.
I
orangutan.
don't think you guys have said it yet.
Tiger.
Elephant.
Lion.
Elephant. Elephant is the answer.
Elephant. I don't think I've ever seen an elephant.
Elephant?
I have not seen an elephant. I was gonna say I've seen an elephant, but I haven't.
I've definitely seen elephants at zoos.
I've seen a rhino.
Those are cute.
I've seen a
And a giraffe.
Yeah,
In the wild.
Giraffes.
Chimpanzee?
Chimpanzee is not on the list, but monkey is. So it's elephant, lion,
Baboon.
monkey, giraffe, and zebra.
That's deep.
No one said zebra.
Mm-mm. All right, 2 more. Name. Sorry, this is exhausting, guys. Name a type of candy.
Laffy Taffy.
M&Ms.
Hershey's chocolate.
M&M's.
Yeah.
Hershey
Chocolate.
Kit. Yes!
Chocolate is the top. Did you say chocolate first? Did somebody say chocolate?
I don't know.
'Cause I heard him say it.
I said M&M's.
It's not the same.
I wouldn't.
Whatevs.
I don't know. It
I
wasn't
don't
exactly
know what I
it.
said. I don't think I said anything.
I didn't really hear. I heard Laffy Taffy. Taffy's number 4. Chocolate, gummy bears, lollipops, taffy, and hard candy.
So it's
like-
very broad.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Not like
no brand.
Reese's,
No,
Kit
right.
Kat.
yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't like Hershey chocolate, but I was like Hershey chocolate implies chocolate. All right, we ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys did catch up. You got 2
We're
points.
still tied for last.
All right, drum roll, please. Name something that you might find in a school.
Pencil.
People.
Eraser.
Desks is the number 1 answer.
Oh.
gosh.
Who said desk?
Everyone-
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, desks, books, teachers, students, chalkboard.
In my defense,
Mm-hmm.
you find more trash than desks in schools
Trash in desks,
Do you guys
trash
wanna-
than desks.
than desks.
Would you like
Ew,
to hear the scores?
Gross.
I'm just saying.
Would you like to hear the scores?
Please.
In last place, me. In third place, the beautiful Miss Avonlea Freeman.
Yeah.
In second place. This is why I got last. Hey, I got the degree. I didn't. It was hard.
I wouldn't know.
Second place, Danessa. And in first place,
The
the
end of the show. Thanks, guys, for
Grant.
Let's go! I win again.
Again.
He gets a big head, so this is the part
does.
where we
This
talk
He
about
does. I was-
Jesus.
See,
I
I
was
become
looking at-
very competitive against Danessa. Like,
Maybe we
no
should
matter
talk
what it
about
is, I gotta win.
humility.
I could, what?
I said maybe we should talk about humility.
Wah, 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 wah.
There's
No,
no crickets.
It's not. We do need to add that one though. That's a good one.
Well, end of our game means the beginning of our ministry minute. Since Logan is here joining us, he was asked to bring the ministry minute a little something that he has for us. So I'm gonna hand it over to him, and then we'll discuss a little bit afterward.
I'll use this one.
Okay.
I'm going to read a couple verses out of John chapter 15, verses 12 through 14. Some of my favorite verses. Starting at verse 12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. Thoughts?
Love it.
There's a song that goes along with that one. Some verses just strike like a childhood thing that I remembered from a long time ago. And that's one that was definitely like my mom made sure I knew, and for good reasons, of course.
Which one?
The first part of that. This is my commandment, that you will love one another, that your joy may be full, is how the verse goes of the song. But it's a little bit different, of course. But
What song is that?
I couldn't tell you. It's
the
one of the,
VBS one?
maybe.
Mm.
But it's one of those ones that it's so important that they want you to know, that either your parents or your Sunday school teachers or so whoever wants you to remember that. And I haven't heard it in a very long time, which is sad, but it is definitely a good reminder.
So, anything else before I tell you what my thoughts were or my takeaway? Because we can just have like a regular conversation, or we can
Go ahead.
out of this.
You go ahead.
So this was like a really important verse for me recently, thinking about sanctification, which is just like the pursuit of holiness and the pursuit of God.
The work of the Holy Spirit in you after you're saved.
I didn't know. Dictionary. I love it. Yes. And this was really important to me because even if we don't say like, oh, like I'm saved by my works, like sometimes we act that way and we think that way. It's like we have to do the things, which we do, but ultimately it's not what saves us. It's everything that Christ did and nothing that we do, or did, or will ever do, that will make him love us more or less. And this was really important to me because it actually inversely, like hearing that, understanding that, like kind of caused some apathy in my life, where I was just like, man, well, it doesn't matter. So why do I have to like really try that hard to live holy and to pursue God and to just chase after sanctification and God in that way. And it was verse 14 that really helped me understand it. You are my friends if you do what I command you. And I don't know what it was, but something just, the Holy Spirit. But it clicked in my brain. It's like, man, like we always hear like, oh, God's our Father, and he is. But it's easy to see that dynamic and just kind of think of God as Father, which he always is and always will be. But like he could, I kind of look at it like this way, like our works don't save us. That's not the salvation part. That's that's Christ's love. That's his gracious, unfathomable gift that he gives us. But he says, if you do what I command you, you are my friends. And so that really helped me personally in my relationship with God. Is like, man, I could be closer to God than I am right now, and it have nothing to do with salvation. But and my works not having to do with my salvation, but my works could bring me closer to God, and continuing to dive into the Word and live the Word and love the Word and love other people, which love, we've talked about this before. Like love is a verb. It's not a feeling, which I guess in our culture it is, but love is a verb, and it's selfless service is what it is. And so like if we do those things, they can bring us so much closer to God. And that really just, I don't know if that was maybe obvious to other people, but that had never like really clicked in my brain. And so that's been really important to me recently in my walk, is just trying to, not worry about my works affecting my salvation, but thinking of it inversely, like, oh, my works can bring me so much closer to God, even though they don't save me. And trying to be consciously being used as a vessel for the Holy Spirit and for God to work in other people's life. Because when I think of the work that, like we say that a lot, is like, oh, the work that God has done in our lives. Well, like, how has he done that? Like it's through other people, the majority of the time, I would argue. And so I think it's why it's so important too. It's like just above that, love. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. greater love has no one than this, that someone laid down his life for his friends. And so I know for guys specifically too, it's easy to be like, oh, like I'd die for my boy, or you know, as a husband, it's easy to say like, oh, I'd die for my wife, or I'd die for my kids, and like that's a, you know, to lay down your life, that's what we think of, but laying down your life also means living for them. And so it's not just like that one, oh, I would die for them in this one instance. It's that, but it's also, oh, I'm going to choose like every day to ignore my life and to devote my time and serve other people and serve these other people. And just kind of like what we talked about a second ago, grant humility, which is sorry. All love, bro.
This was actually I forgot about this until just now, but at work there's two guys that we'll go outside and eat, and we always have good conversations, and the one guy I know is a Christian, and he has very strong like a very strong walk in his faith. And the other guy, I had talked with them. I was like, or I had talked with the believer guy, and I was like, do you think so-and-so is a believer? Do you think he goes to church? Because the way he lived didn't point one way or another, things he was doing, we didn't know. And so we were out at lunch, and we were like, let's just ask him. So we did. We struck up a conversation, and we started talking about religion and Jesus and salvation and everything. And we found out that he had, you know, in his childhood, he went to church, but he didn't stick with it. So then he was like, I kind of get it, but I don't really understand. And then this guy, the other guy I was sitting with, he was like just speaking into him and just giving him all this stuff. And he's like, he brought up just loving people regardless of who they are or what they do. And he's like, man, I love my family, I love my kids, I love my wife. And he's like, I'd do anything for them, but what it's really about is how I'd lay my life down for you. And this guy was like, he's like, dude, you're just my coworker. Like we just work together. You barely know me. You barely know who I am. But he was like, the believer guy is just, he's like, that's what it's all about. He's like, I haven't come to terms with that. And he's like, that's not easy for me to say or for me to do. But he's like, that's what we're called to do. And if it comes down to it, he's like, we're called to love people so much you would give your life for someone who isn't even a believer. And it really hit the other guy a lot, and it hit me, and I'm sitting there going, dang, would I lay my life down for this guy that I barely know, that I couldn't, you know, I don't know the first thing about him. All I know is his name. But like the amount of love that shows for one person, and you can say like you just said, you'd give, you know, a husband give his life for his wife or kids or something like that, but to give it and to be called to give it for those who could even, you know, make fun of you, and for those who put you down and persecute you, as much persecution as American Christians that we know, you know, it's hard to think about.
Well, that's the gospel, man. That's exactly what Christ did.
Exactly.
He came, like, died for people that did not love him.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess inversely, like he knew us
mm-hmm.
and knows us. But yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I really like these verses as well. My pastor always says, whenever he does his like altar call at the end of every service, where, you know, if anybody in the crowd like wanted to be saved, it's not like this big thing. Like he does like a meditation kind of thing at the end, and at the end of it, he'll pray, and then he'll do like kind of a guided prayer if anybody in the audience wanted to be saved. And whenever he's explaining sin during that time, he always says that sin is something that puts a wedge in between you and God. And I really like the concept of that and the way that he explained it, because I started to think about that in terms of obedience. And I was like, so anything that I do that's not obedient, anything that I do that is obedient will bring me closer to God. And I thought about the verse that says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And the other verses that say, like, it's in one of the Johns, there's too many of them, but there's like one that's so convicting, and it's like, if if you aren't like following my commandments, if you're not loving others, then like love for the Father. One is like, if you love one another, love for the Father is made complete in you. So that means if you're not loving one another, love for the Father is not made complete in you. And then there's also the verses that say like, if like anything that you do that's not in faith is sin. So like you could do something good and not in faith and it's still sin technically. And then there's the verse that says, if you do something that you know you ought not to do, it is sin. And I just thought about like how often is that happening in my life? And I thought about like, why is it so hard to pray? Why is it so hard to read my Bible? And I was like, it's because whenever you're obedient, it fosters that affection for God and it helps you understand God and it brings you closer to God. Because I heard this guy on the Becoming Something podcast and I loved the way that he explained God's presence. And he explained it in terms of the sun. And he said that the sun is everywhere. It reaches pretty much everything, just like God's presence, because God is everywhere. Because I often had this question, I never even asked it. He was answering a question that I didn't even realize I had. And he said, whenever God chooses to be somewhere, that's when something really special happens. And he explained it like whenever you would take like a magnifying glass and like have the sun shine through it and catch a piece of paper on fire. And I thought of in Toy Story when that crazy kid did that to Woody. And I was like, that is the best analogy I think I've ever heard about that, because I was like, God is everywhere, but it's like he's in some places more. And I was like, how do you explain that and understand that? And that was like the best way I've ever heard somebody explain it. And I was like, whenever I am being pure in heart and seeking him and being obedient and stirring my affections for him, and whenever I am brokenhearted or somebody else is brokenhearted and I help people carry their burdens like he asked me to do, or I mourn with people that are mourning because he asked me to, I feel his presence more and I hear him speak clearer. And I think that is kind of what I was getting at in the sense of loving one another and being obedient, because I don't know, you flipped to another page, but where it said, oh, you're flipping back, where it says at the end, you are my friends if you do what I command you. And he said that so many times in different ways. And it's like a part of me asked the question, like, why do I need to keep your commands if you died so that I didn't have to perfectly keep your commands? But it's just so that you would be closer with him, because he died so that you would be closer with him. What were you going to say?
I would say that's so powerful. Like that you were talking about, like, I'll get into that in a minute. Go ahead. If you wanted to finish, and then I'll go.
No, go ahead.
It's so easy to like become apathetic, and you were talking about hot takes earlier. And dude, it makes me like kind of, I don't want to be judgmental, but it grinds my gears because I was this way for a long time, and I just wish like that's like my hot take, the thing that like gets you going is like, I just wish I could help people understand the way that I understand, which is the, whatever. But like saying like, oh, I'm a Christian, like I'm a Christ follower, like there's some weight to that. And people just kind of throw that around a lot. And that's the thing that it's like, how do I want to say this? Do you understand what that means? And it's like, I had a verse, something that Avonlea said that made me think of. You said, you quoted James 4:17. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is a sin. And so like we walk around and like we say like, oh, like this is the right thing to do, and then we don't do it. Like just do the thing. And it's so easy to like become apathetic, and what I mean by that is just like know and just not really care. And like if we truly believe that Christ came and died for us, and we are dedicating our lives to him, and like we truly believe like what his word says, and we read this, so like, you are my friends if you do what I command you, why would we not like chase that more than we do? And I'm speaking about myself, of course, too. Probably more than everyone in this room and in this town. But like if we know these things, like why don't we strive for that more every day? That's what grinds my gears, is because I'm also guilty of that, and it like, so it hits close to home. It's kind of went on a weird rant there, but
Thanks. No, that was really good. Yeah, there's so much weight in like the words that you say, and if you're gonna claim it, at least chase it, at least like act like it and go towards that.
well, and that's part of the problem too, is like what deters people, and you talk about like church hurt and stuff like that. Like the church didn't hurt you, somebody did.
Right.
People
Somebody
did.
who broke their promise.
The people of the church did, yeah.
Exactly.
And so it's like when we go around like saying that, like, oh, I'm a Christ follower, I'm a Christian, which kind of feel like two different terms right now in today's world. Like if you go, like people want to listen to that, and like if you truly believe it, like why wouldn't you try to understand what it means? And like I say that with also like, you know, not to you know, cast judgment or shame, but like, you know, dig in, get in the word, read, learn, like, and I'm speaking of course to myself as well. Like I don't read near as much as I could or should, so like just dig in, because people will listen to that, and like that's such one of the polarizing things with Christianity is like people are like, oh yeah, we're all about love, and then they go around and they're like racist. Like
yeah.
really?
The opposite.
Are you serious?
Right. Yeah.
Like, and you see that in the like the Bible Belt. We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Like just be mindful. And I think that is, you know, for a lot of things, but
Yeah. Definitely a good reminder. Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, good stuff.
do you have anything you want to say?
Any last thoughts?
I think the root of apathy is pride.
Preach.
Bars.
That's all.
That's good.
That's all.
I was like, is there something else to come after that? No, that's really good.
Again, I could talk about
Fun.
this forever.
Right. I feel bad cutting you off, but we have.
We can still talk about it afterwards.
We'll do a half segment after this. Maybe. Fun. Wow. Well, thank you so much for bringing dropping some truth bombs on us. Isn't that what they say on the BSO podcast? Truth bombs?
I heard that on.
Is that a different one?
Shout out Undaunted Life, a man's podcast with Kyle Thompson.
Oh, I don't know that one.
If you're, I mean, I guess if you're a woman, you can listen to, but it's like,
It's kind of like listening to For the Girls
yeah.
when you're a guy.
It's- Well, they do this thing called the forging table, and they just sit and they just read and talk about it, and like some of them don't agree on things, and so that's really awesome, is to like get different viewpoints about different things. And
That's cool.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, that's all we kind of have for you guys today. Thank you both for being on here. It was so cool to have our first official, not really our first official, our first official guest only podcast and a normally scheduled episode.
Yeah.
We've had others that were just kind
Yeah.
of thrown
They
together,
were
but
special episodes.
a very special episode today. So
Thank you for having us.
yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Would you like to sing us out?
Any song you would like.
You know, you have so many songs downloaded on your
Do you want a
phone.
beat?
Yeah. Thank you so much for this podcast party.
Yeah.
And it was nice to meet you.
Perfect. Cut. All right, thanks guys.